Hi everybody, how you doing today? I'm gonna do a little tutorial video. I've had a lot of people ask about my Keto Mojo unit, and so I'm gonna do a little run through of what you get in the bundle, how I use it, and just a little bit of simple information. So this is the Keto Mojo kit that I got on Amazon. It was $99 and I think it's like $106 or something right now. So it does go on sale up and down. This was the bundle kit. So it came with the unit and everything, and then it came with an extra box of the testing strips. So let me just open this up and I'll show you guys what's on the inside. So inside here, you're gonna see that you get the actual unit. This is the unit you'll be using to test. Then I keep my lancets right here. There was like cleaning or testing solutions in here. I just took those out. I keep them in a different spot, and you're not going to use them very often at all. So I use that spot for my lancets. Then you're going to have your pen, and this is what you do the little stabby stab with. I also keep extra, I need to refill this, but I keep my extra testing strips in here and some of the alcohol swabs that I got, and I'll show you guys that. And I'm gonna show you guys everything, and I'll put all the links from where I got it on Amazon. I just also want to say, this is not sponsored. This is just something I had, and I've had several people ask, so I thought it would be fun to show you guys how I use it. Right now, I just started using it last week, and I do it 7 times per day. So I do it once in the morning for my fasting sugar, and I wait for about an hour or so after I get up before I test it. I don't know if it really matters, but that's just how I do it. And then I test before each meal. I eat 2 meals per day. And then I also test 1 hour and 2 hours after each meal. So I'll just set an alarm for 1 and 2 hours. Sometimes I forget because I am a little ADHD. So I'll turn the alarm off and then I'll forget, and I'll be like, oh crap, I need to do my sugar. So I do my ketones and my glucose, both from the same little prick on my finger. So this is, I showed you that. This comes with 60 of each extra. I think it comes with like 20 initially in like just the starter kit. So I got the extra one that had all these. I knew I was gonna be testing a lot. And then I also got this box of the lancets, and it's a big box. You get 310. And it only comes with, I think, 20 lancets in there. And so I got the big, huge box because I knew, again, I was going to be testing a lot. And then instead of, like, I do wash my hands most of the time. Sometimes I forget if I'm busy. But these are super easy. I got the Curad. It's, there's 100 in here, and it comes in a case of 4. The lancets are like $5 and change, and I think these were about $6. So super cheap. And so I keep a bunch of these extra in my little kit so that they're ready to go. And then you can just use that to wipe your finger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick demonstration on how I do my testing, because I'm gonna be eating soon, and so I figured perfect time. I've done my fasting sugar already today, so I'm gonna do my pre-meal testing, and then I'll explain to you guys a little bit what the numbers mean. And there is an app that you can download, and it shows you you get like the little QR code when you open up the kit. And you download the app on your phone. And the thing that's so cool about it is I know you guys have seen me post little snapshots of my GKI with my 2 different numbers with it. So it syncs with your unit. And so it keeps all of your information in there, and it automatically calculates everything for you. So you can keep track, and you can go through and scroll all your previous readings, and you can see it. It stores it all. So it's really, really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around and have it pointing down so you guys can see what I'm doing. And let's do a quick little test. All right, here we are. I've got all my little goodies out here. So like I said, you're gonna have your unit, your alcohol prep pad, both of your test strips, your fresh lancet, and your pen. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with, oh, and you wanna have clean hands, so make sure you wash your hands. So what we're gonna start with is the pen. We're gonna go ahead and load that first. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold on to both sides. You're just gonna twist that top and pull it off. Now I do keep my old pen in here, the old lancet. And what I do is I take it out, set it to the side. You're gonna put that new one in and it just goes right in, super easy. Then this little top, you're gonna twist it off. Okay, and that comes right off just like that. And then I take that top and I go and I put it back on the used one. And that you're just gonna set aside, okay? And then the next thing we're gonna do is put that lid right back on. You're just gonna pop it right back on there and then just twist and you'll hear that lock. Hear that lock? Okay, that means you're set. So I keep mine on a 2. You have different levels. I would not recommend a 5. I can imagine that goes all the way in. I have pretty, fresh, supple type, thin skin on my fingertips. I don't have calluses or anything. So a 2 works really well for me. Some people like with really thin skin might want to use a 1. And a 3, I accidentally had it on a 3 one time and that hurt. So I don't recommend. So I keep mine on a 2. But if you have thick calluses on your fingertips, a lot of times people who are diabetic will get the calluses because they test it so often. And then the skin builds up that callus. But I'm a newbie, so I don't really have that issue yet. So, all right. Let's go ahead and set that. We'll just set that off to the side for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and open my strips and get them ready. So there's like a little tear tab at the top. You're just going to open that up. And inside, these are your test strips. So that is for the ketones. We're going to set that off to the side as well. And then this is the glucose strip. Okay. So there you've got your 2 test strips. And I always do my blood glucose first. And then I do my ketones. So you're going to get your alcohol pad and you're going to pick your finger. I'll do this one because it's easier to demonstrate on. And if you let it dry just for a second, I'm going to keep this actually right here so I can set it on top of there. So then you're just going to place it. I recommend like the sides of your fingers. And then you're just going to pop it like that. You can barely hear it. And then you're going to squeeze that first droplet out. You're going to wipe that. Let it dry for a second. And then you're going to go ahead and pop your test strip in there. And it will automatically turn on when you do your test strip. And see how it says glucose? So then you're just going to squeeze and get a nice little droplet. And right here at the top, you can see, I don't know if you can see that. There's like this little valley. And you just want to kind of bump that up next to the blood droplet, and you'll see it get sucked down into there. So then it does your timing. Woo, that's a great number. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I'm excited. Oh, you guys have no idea. I was like in the 120s before. So this is real time showing you that I am reversing pre-diabetes right now as we speak. So, all right, now it gives you this option down here. See how it has the full apple and the partial apple? So because this is a pre-meal, I'm going to keep it on that one. But these tabs on the side allow you to switch it back and forth over to the eaten apple, which is what you're going to do after your meal. Okay. So then what I do is I just push that button a couple of times and it stops blinking. And then you're there. And then that memory button comes up. That means it's stored in the memory. So the glucose is done. So then if you just flip it over, I just pull them out, but you can also use that little tab and it shoots it out. And we're going to set that to the side. And then we're going to go ahead and do the ketones. Okay. And again, that's going to get itself ready for you. So you just got to, sometimes you got to work it a little bit. Oh, let's see if I can, oh, there we go. See if you can get another one going. And then we're going to do the same thing. And we're just going to line it up right there. And it'll just, and when you hear that beep, that means it's ready. You'll hear it beep, and then it's going to do the countdown. All right, and my ketones are 1.3. So that means that I am in ketosis. I am in probably a light, not quite, I might be in a moderate ketosis, but my goal is to eventually, my fasting will be at least a 2. And that means I'm going to be in a therapeutic ketosis, which is what I really want. So then you're just going to press that again until you see that memory come up right there at the bottom. And I don't know if you guys can see that. And it says memory. And that's it for testing. And now what I'm going to do, because I'm doing this on my phone, I'm going to take a screenshot and I will show you guys on the app how to read the numbers. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open the app. It's that little blue app there. And what I do is I tap the screen and slide it down to refresh. And it usually takes a second or two. And then at the top, you'll see syncing in progress. And boom, there you go. There is my new number that I just took. It shows my GKI is 4.1, which shows that I'm in moderate. Oops, I forgot to turn my notifications off. And then as you see, you can scroll down and you can see all of the numbers. It has the time you took it, your GKI, your ketones, and your blood glucose. And then your settings are at the bottom. And it's super simple.